Cruel man hit a German shepherd, but what the K9 dog did next shocked the entire world. The city had changed, but the German shepherd remembered every scent, every turn, every face that once brought him joy. Since the day they lowered his beloved handler, Officer Raymond, into the ground, the world had become a quiet, unfamiliar place. The flag folded on the coffin was the only thing that seemed to acknowledge the bond they once shared. For days, the dog wandered the streets alone, not trusting anyone, not staying too long in any one place. He wore no collar, only a faded K9 badge clipped onto his vest. People barely noticed him, just another stray. But he wasn't lost. He had lost something, someone, and now he was simply existing. One hot afternoon, the shepherd was scavenging near the back entrance of a busy restaurant. A few generous hands had thrown out leftover scraps, and the dog gently pulled the bones and meat toward him, eating slowly, respectfully, as if still trying to maintain the discipline Raymond had taught him. Suddenly, the restaurant door flung open. An angry man stormed out, cursing the dog. Without hesitation, he kicked the shepherd violently in the ribs, sending him sprawling across the pavement. People gasped. Some shouted. But the man raised his hand again, threatening another blow. What happened next silenced the entire crowd. The German shepherd didn't growl. He didn't bite. He didn't fight back. Instead, he stood up, slowly with dignity, and stared straight into the man's eyes. Then, without making a sound, he turned and ran. Not in fear, but with purpose, with memory, with training. Across the streets, through alleys, he bolted until he reached the front of a police station. Tired, panting, his side still aching from the cruel blow, he barked. Not out of fear, but to alert. Loud, sharp, trained barks. Inside, a young officer named Jake Williams stood up from his desk. His eyes widened in disbelief. "Max?" he whispered. Max had once trained with Jake in the academy before being partnered with Officer Raymond. He hadn't seen him since the funeral. "Is that you, buddy?" Max barked again, circling, agitated, then ran a few steps toward the door, turning back as if begging Jake to follow. Jake grabbed his jacket and ran after him without a second thought. Back at the restaurant, a small crowd had gathered around the cruel man, who still appeared defiant. But when Max returned, this time with a uniformed officer, the mood shifted. "Is this the guy?" Jake asked, kneeling beside Max. The dog let out a single, sharp bark, staring directly at the man. A woman in the crowd stepped forward, trembling. Yes, he kicked the poor dog. Hard. For no reason. We all saw it. He tried to hurt him. Others nodded in agreement. Jake's voice turned cold. "You just assaulted a retired K9 officer. That's a criminal offense." The man's face paled. I didn't know." "You didn't care," Jake replied. "But he did. He remembered his training. He came to get help. He trusted the badge more than you trusted your own humanity." The man was arrested on the spot. News spread like wildfire. Videos of Max running to the station, the confrontation, and the crowd's testimony went viral. People were amazed by the dog's loyalty, his intelligence, and the restraint he showed in the face of cruelty. Max became a symbol, not just of loyalty, but of courage, memory, and the invisible thread that connects true companions even after death. The police department welcomed him back, this time not as a K9 on duty, but as a hero in retirement. Jake adopted him officially. Every officer in the department made sure Max never went without love again. And though he never forgot Raymond, Max began to smile again, in his own way. Every time someone scratched behind his ear or whispered, "Good boy," because even heroes need a home. And sometimes justice barks.